bullpen game. I think is a decent chance.
Really? With all the
Coming
guys coming
fresh out
out
of
rested, you think they'd want to reset after the break?
coming fresh. Well, it's like now we can use everyone who's rested.
I will look for you.
Yeah. All right.
I will find you.
And
I will kill you.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
You want some? I knew you'd go. Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on the Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
We got them, John and Dan, the guys at the end of the bench. And boy, we're going to make some enemies today. You guys are going to hate me. I love you guys. John and Dan in talking sports this morning. I want to go with the University of Minnesota. That's where I want to start. No one else is going to do that today, but I'm going to start there. The NCAA now will be giving $20 million for every NCAA school to pay athletes. 2 years ago, they started the name and likeness money so they could get money themselves. University of Minnesota comes out and says they're $8.75 million in the hole in the athletic department. We discussed this. They still gave their head coach, Fleck, not a raise, $1 million to stay money, which sounds like a raise, but we'd hate to.
It's not, Al. You were so wrong. It's just not a raise. They didn't.
But
call it.
It's every year between now and 2023, a little bit more every year, another 100,000. So it's $2 million more, not in a raise, just in guaranteed to stay money. So we're all good.
And
we're all
protection money.
In the words of Kellyanne Conway, those are alternative facts.
okay. All right. Let's say those are alternative. So you're selling me something. So now I got my ire up. I'm watching because like things just don't smell right, and I want us to rethink University of Minnesota sports. Today, the paper comes out and says, "Oh, by the way, even though we're $8 million in the hole, this is after they are implementing a new $200 per student at the University of Minnesota sports surcharge. You never have to go see a game. You don't have to do anything in the athletic department. You're just going to pay for those young men and women to come play sports at the same place you want to get an education." And that still doesn't cover the cost. They're $8 million in the hole. What a sham. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry. We're getting to a point now. Cut the sports. Just cut the sports out. It's a sham.
Yeah, I think that's more than what my son was paying at the University of Missouri, which is, SEC school. So you think if there's any place that's going to be charging you that's crazy. That's nuts. But yeah.
At what point do we reimagine it? I guess.
Tickets.
Well, they don't get that doesn't give you free tickets as the student section. It does nothing. Every human, if you take more than 6 credits, has to spend $200 a year just so those kids can have sports. John, we got to look this whole thing up, don't we? This is nuts.
When I was a student there in the 80s, we didn't like those fees because they went to about 30 different organizations and things. And it was like, what? Why am I? Now, some of it wasn't a lot. It was $1 here, 50 cents here. But you timed 50 cents by 50,000 kids.
Yeah,
it was a lot
You're
of money.
talking money.
But college sports has changed, and it's never going back because the genie's out of the bottle now. So...
But this is my point. You're right. College sports has changed. Has college changed? Is college there to support kids who want to play college sports? It used to be the other way around. It was a way for a jock or somebody with more of an athletic ability could get in and maybe offset some of the costs of school. That's how we started life. And now
you'll see that at the smaller colleges, the Division II and the Division III. I think that still exists. But Division I AA it's changed, and there's been arguments that they should be treating these people not as students anymore. It used to be the phrase student athlete. Well, now they're paid quasi professionals. Yeah, they're employees of the university, but they're some of the richest employees of the university outside of the coaching staff. I mean, some of the guys.
So do we not got to? You guys seem to be agreeing with me, but you're not willing to pull that plug. Why have we decided in Minnesota that sports are more important than the education of these kids? It's now education supports this great football team that, by the way, has been to the Sundance Hulawana Bowl 3 times, and no one knows where that's at. Dan, stick up for me. I'm trying to say we've got it backwards. We got to fix it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm just so cynical about it that it's the boosters we're doing. It's like we couldn't ask the boosters to give any more money, could we? We couldn't.
So you force it out of the kid. And here's why it works. And this is what we're going to add some politics into our fine deal. 2-3 years ago, whatever it was, they decided to pass. If you made $80,000 or less, your child can go to school free at the University of Minnesota or any university school. We'll pick up the tab. Don't worry about it. And I said on the program, I said, when you do that, when there's no downward pressure on cost, because what do I care? I'm not paying for it. You know what you get? 30-40% of those kids won't feel that fee. That fee's coming from us because the fee went up. Now it costs more to go to the University of Minnesota. That's going to come out of our pocket. If there's no downward pressure that there's people who will drop out because of the cost, it's just $200 too much. We don't have it, Bob. Don't worry about it. We'll cover it. Then they don't care. And this is the stuff we get. This is cray-crayville. This is, and you guys, we did the story on this. You guys, it's not a sports show, but real quick. Some guy working for some part of the University of Minnesota is making $480,000 a year. He was in the computer world or something. And he quit. He resigned. And he got hired on as a consultant for the exact same job he left. And now he's making $1.1 million instead of the poor $400,000.
I saw that one.
Okay, so don't tell me the whole U thing isn't screwed up. They have 14 vice presidents. Anyone, I'll give you $20 if you can come up with 14 vice presidential jobs at a university. Finance, the kids. I can't come up with 14 names of jobs.
It's corporate.
I think each of the major schools has one. So, the Institute of Technology has one. The College of Liberal Arts has one. Blah, 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 blah. But to your point, if Minnesota is going to stay with the Ohio States, and the Michigans, you almost have to, which is a really sad excuse to make it. But to your earlier point, Al, why aren't they pursuing more corporate sponsors to sponsor these kids? Okay, you want to treat them, you want to train them like it's going to be in real life? Well, get Domino's Pizza to sponsor some athlete, and so he has to wear their stuff or wear their logo or do something for that place, and get this money in smaller amounts. Sell those sponsorships, and corporations, I think, would sign up to sponsor a star.
Let's just do this, Dan. Let's just get out of the presumption. Get out of the presumption this has anything to do with education for these kids. It's a way to go to the next level. It's a way for you to get sports. Great. You work for the University of Minnesota. Johnny's the running back, and he gets money from the university. He's got to pay taxes at the university. It's just nothing more than a job. But let's stop pretending this has anything to do about education anymore. It's not. You're going to charge some poor kid who just wants to go to university, get his degree in whatever, and you're going to charge him for $800 to go for the right to have kids. But
sports medicine is a good degree.
All right, yeah, it's just not about education. I'm not wrong. I'm sitting there going, no, let's just dump it all, change it all over. Let the football. You can have a AAA team here in Minnesota. Vikings can have a AAA spot, league here. They can sponsor the team, the baseball, all the rest. Make it a AAA deal. Just where your recruiting part, I'm sorry.
It's not wrong. It's not you're very, very up in arms about this, and I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just so beaten down by all of this over the years that I hate to say it. It's this is the boiling the frog thing. It's like
it's exactly what it is. It's
John makes more than mad.
John makes a great point. When we went there, I went there. I have 2 kids that graduated there. When we went there, John, I don't know, it was like $4,500 for the year. Maybe it was $4,000. You could work a part-time gig and pay for school. Yeah. It's $29K a year now, and it seems like the money is going every which way except getting kids a good education. I'm up in arms. You're absolutely right. And it is the frog thing.
Yeah. Jeez.
What's that, John?
Can make
the textbook scam. Yeah. That's the biggest crime in higher education.
And now most of my kids' textbooks, they just get the Reader's Digest version on their computer thing now, so there's no printing going on. These professors just making it hand over fist. I got to go to break. Thank you for playing along. Haven't even talked real sports. We got some stuff coming up. We got the NBA, we got the MLB, the WNBA. It's all coming up right after this.
Think about it. A famous politician once said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own facts." But in a world full of AI and fake news, where can Minnesotans find the facts? Center of the American Experiment is Minnesota's go-to source for fact-based analysis and common sense solutions for taxes, energy, public safety, and our kids' education. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc. Midwest Money Management and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
All right, a little Major League Baseball action real quick with John and Dan, the guys at the end of the bench. That All-Star game, seriously? You get one where at least it's 6, you come back from a 6-0 deficit, you tie the game up. Now there's a reason to watch, and we throw some, I don't know, free kick thing at the end. Anybody enjoy that ending to the All-Star game? Dan, I'll start with you.
No, that's you don't. But they are. I mean, they are just so scared of having to play anything beyond the regulation 9. They are so. I mean, they got everything set so that this player is going to play them. This play, and it's like, no. I mean, I understand you don't want to go for 16 innings or something like that, but good Lord, you have to come up with
another deal. It's like, oh, we're going to do this real quick. Okay.
It makes the Ghost Runner seem like a brilliant, seem like common sense.
John, let me ask you this: is there some reason that as baseball fans we couldn't say, because we all know that obviously the game's meaningless. It comes down to this whatever. Great, it was a tie. 6-6 after 9. Thank you. Great exhibition game, guys. Go home. Would there be anything wrong with that? So you're not like bastardizing your sport with some new thing you just kicked off?
No, it wouldn't be that bad. You could still pick an MVP of the game. To Dan's point, if if they planned maybe no more than 11 innings, so there were 2 more innings of play, and they forced the managers to kind of think through that with the lineups, then you could allow a little bit of room. You could allow 2 full innings to see if you could bust a tie. Because, you don't want it to go 15, 16 innings. That's a little ridiculous. But it was sort of a, it was like, nice game, nice to see. I was really happy with the Twins.
Oh, yeah, they do well.
Great performances by our guys.
Let me bring that up. So let's move on to the Twin schedule. They have Colorado, which is a nice little thing to come out of a little time off and have Colorado sitting in front of you. I presume you're all going to tell me we should sweep that, but here's my issue. They only list Paddock as the pitcher tonight, and the others aren't even listed. Now, you have everybody as rested as you're going to get. How do we not know where we're going from that? Is Paddock against Freeland? Colorado's got their 3 guys listed. Is it because Ryan has a whole inning under his belt this week? He may not be fresh. Why are we not starting over? John, you hit me first. Why do we not know the pitchers?
You must have been listening to Dan and I talking, because we were just discussing the rotation. He thought it might be a bullpen game tonight. Sorry, Al.
It's Colorado. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chance to reset. They look at the arms. They may tweak the rotation a little bit. Pablo is getting close, I hear. So and Festa may be back soon. So maybe they're sort of going, okay, let's see how this weekend goes. Let's see if these guys play. Maybe we bring them out here during the series and they throw an inning of relief or something in a game. They're probably going through all those scenarios.
Dan, we just had all the time off. Everything's reset. Put in who you want to put in. This isn't a tough thing. Come on.
Yeah. To me, that kind of if Paddock is the listed starter for tonight, to me that screams showcase. Well, I don't know. Is anyone going to lose any sleep around if Chris Paddock ends up getting traded before the deadline here? I don't think so. But it's at the same time, though, it's like, why are you? Now they're trying to hold him off, I'm sure, for the Dodgers, trying to see if we can hold off as much as we can of the starting rotation of the actual good player. Yeah, this is now what Joe Ryan and 4 days of rain. This is now.
Well, let me ask you this: is a win against Colorado any less good for our record than a win against LA? So you put it out there and you slop these guys. You get 3 in a row, and then maybe you get 1 out of 3 with the Dodgers. Fine, but you don't. How do I put it? Even if you play around here and we don't sweep them, you still got to play the Dodgers. You could still lose 3 in a row. Take the games you can win and win them. Is that nutty? Yeah. Okay.
They more than anything right now. This is right now. They desperately need wins. Now I don't expect them to sweep. I don't accept, because that's just the way baseball is that it's not gonna. It's rare that you see a sweep, and that you see a sweep, but at the same time, if you have an opportunity. If you have an opportunity to gain 3 games right now, 3 games in the win column would be massive.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm at. All right. We got to switch topics real quick, because I know John's a big WNBA mind. Y'all going to be sitting around watching this weekend. Tonight is the 3-point challenge. I'll be watching that, I believe. I'll enjoy it. I can switch between the Twins and that. I'll be watching. That's on ESPN tonight, and then the All-Star game is tomorrow at 8:30. You guys paying any attention? It bothers me that Caitlin Clark won't be playing. I think that would have helped the numbers immensely, but I can't do anything about it. Your thoughts, Johnny?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got some stuff going on tonight. Not sure I'll catch that, but I'll be tuning in to watch the action there for sure. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you're not going to see the dunks.
Yeah.
To see, obviously, but they play really good, tough basketball, and some of the defense is really fun to watch.
Dan, I did hear, should the game come down into a tie in the WNBA All-Star game, they will be doing tiddlywinks as a quick winner-take-all situation, which I think is good to keep anybody from getting hurt.
But they have to shoot it all the way up to the net. Right?
And boy, can you imagine the TV ratings for that? Watching players down on the ground.
All right, we got to fly, guys. Love having you on. We'll get you guys back in here on Monday. Fair enough.
All right.
They're John and Dan, the guys at the end of the bench.
There are many ways to explore Alexandria.